a Pharaoh ban from Ricky and a Vesper ban from Aches.
Yeah, so again, that VMP is the SMG that the players will most likely be using. Slasher, Benny at that Shiva. Again, I think that's something that compLexity is comfortable with. Team EnVyUs isn't, as Slasher doesn't use that Shiva.
Parasite goes for a concussion ban as well. So we'll see what is going to be the reaction. A VMP save from Nameless, maybe a little paranoid there.
Yeah, because I mean,
want to lose all of the SMGs. You don't want to be playing the 4
SMGs, which could have potentially been banned, which players really only practice with these 3. Maybe they don't expect using the CUDA at this event.
And another ban. There's the overdrive ban. They're kind of expected to see that one coming in. It's going to be JCap that bans it out. The Elcon 9 goes from Miracles. TP on the clock. What is he going to opt for? The last ban in Game 2, ban and protect. He's taking his time for this one. Listen to a couple of teammates. What would you expect to see here?
I honestly, I don't know. But with that Elcar 9 ban, that RK5 is still open for AR players to use.
Oh, the Cerebus.
They obviously didn't like dealing with that. I'm not sure if they didn't have any EMPs equipped or what. But, compLexity was 2 or 3 of them were rocking that score streak.
Okay, now heading over to the Specialist draft. Tempest from Aches, the Scythe again from Ricky. Slasher, he's going to get the Scythe and Annihilator from Parasite.
All weapons.
Despite not really seeing him use it that much, could have used it a couple more times maybe, and another one. Oh, Nameless is going to rock the Sparrow, my favorite specialist, Katniss Everdeen, up in here. JCap, he's going to rock an Annihilator of his own, a War Machine from TP. Miracles, you going to complete all weapons, or potentially are we going to see a non-lethal?
And a War Machine.
Huh. Okay.
And Nameless is very comfortable with that Sparrow. It's obviously, it can be very hard to hit those bow shots, but
may luck be forever in his favor.
Yes, but he has a few clips up on his YouTube already calling himself the Green Arrow and all that.
The Green Arrow, really?
Yeah, Ant has all those nicknames for himself. So,
well, players now with 50 seconds to edit those classes. compLexity with the lead in the series, 1-0, plus best of 3, as you mentioned. And you can just see
all VMPs. Look, all VMP classes.
This is Nameless's screen right now.
Nameless has all VMPs right now. Obviously not rocking Flak Jacket. I believe that was an afterburner perk, and what that does is that allows those thrusters to recharge faster.
Let's take a look and see if Slasher is editing anything specific. See what catches your eye. XL2, and M8.
The Man of
War at the bottom.
All ARs for him, though, and that's what you expect.
Expected. Flak Jacket classes coming in there.
And he does have that RK5. That was a ban in Game 1. So that is obviously a burst pistol. It's very, very strong in this game.
Well, we've seen a quick look at the players' classes. Now they're going to edit their score streaks, and then the game, of course, will be getting underway. Only 20 seconds, really. Don't expect players to be changing them that much. From hardpoint to uplink, still pretty fast-paced, right?
Yeah, I definitely just think you're going to see the typical Hellstorm Lightning, and then maybe a bit of an odd third pick.
Yeah.
Maybe a Guardian, maybe something to sort of slow down the opposition. But besides that, maybe we'll see some Raps. Never know.
If we see that, I'll be very, very surprised. I think hardpoint would be the player's best chance of that.
Yes.
Jumping in, juggling the hardpoint, getting as many points as possible. But evac uplink, game number 2, about to get underway. And as we said, it's going to be compLexity with the lead in the series. Parasite, Ricky, Nameless, and Miracles clutched up in a very, very close game 1 hardpoint.
Yeah, I mean, you just want to look at compLexity. Hopefully they can't get off to a slow start. If they give early points very quickly, Team EnVyUs can slow the game down, play at their own pace, Elcher with those IRs, and make it very, very hard in compLexity.
In terms of the map evac, Merc, what is something that we should expect to be seeing when it comes to this map and uplink? Have you played much of it, or?
I haven't played much. I would definitely say that compLexity is on the favored side. I feel like they spawn a bit closer to their base, whereas Team EnVyUs, they spawn further away, and it's really hard for them to get close to that goal.
Well, you can see TP, no surprise, has the drone in hand. Is he going to go for something special here, or just waiting for his teammates to slay out? And that is the slaying he needs.
A huge 2-piece.
And this should be 2-point play. Oh. Just in time, TP makes it. Parasite with the kill, but already the lead in Team EnVyUs' favor.
Yeah, and this is what we said. compLexity cannot get off to this slow start, and right away they're going down a dunk already.
Aches wrapping back. Does pick up the assist. Now drone in hand. Just going to launch that one away. Of course, 15-second reset time on that drone, so it will be lying on the floor. And again, a gentle reminder, it's no longer a first to 10. The score limit will be unlimited in both sides. Parasite starting off strong, though, at 3-1, as I say that. A little bit of a jinx. It's really Slasher who's playing the best. Not sure how Miracles didn't see Slasher.
Yeah, I think Miracles thought he went up that staircase because that's an alternate route for the Team EnVyUs on the side. They can get up into that kitchen area and then wall run and just get a really easy one-point play. That's what you've seen a lot of people do, is they actually wrap that ball all the way back around their base to get to that wall run. So I think Miracles was just caught a bit off guard by that.
Slasher at 7-2, a great start and much what Team EnVyUs needed. Now Parasite going to push towards that drone. Throws out his tactical, has the drone in hand, just going to throw that one out as his teammates actually drop. Able to pick up the first. M8 shot on point so far, and he is very close to that Annihilator. Keep your eye on that in that bottom right. Every kill puts him closer and closer towards it.
And I think what's interesting is he's actually rocking the red dot. A lot of the pros love the new Elo sight.
Elo, yeah.
So that is something, maybe Parasite just prefers that over the Elo sight.
And Parasite playing very slow. EMP going to come out, but the Annihilator is going to be ready for him to use. Now in the hard point, we saw him take a very long time before using it. Grenades are going to be thrown towards him. He's surely going to die, and does so. He was working towards that lightning strike. Over to Miracles now. Picks up the satellite drone carrier, looking for the second. Not going to be able to connect with the kill, so still a 2-0 lead in favor of Team EnVyUs, although they do have possession of that drone now, Merc.
Yeah, and as you said, the assault rifle players are playing a lot slower because, in Black Ops 2, what you really wanted your assault rifle player doing was not only holding down a lane, but getting those easy kills and trying to build up those score streaks. So obviously, playing slower, getting score streaks, and that can allow you to make pushes with that Hellstorm and that Lightning.
TP going to fall, and a couple of specialists now have been earned from our players. You see Slasher has his available. Oops, not to use it just yet, despite the opposite team having control over that drone respawn area. He's going to be outshot there.
Yep.
And I believe now, it's going to be Ricky with his scythe.
Yeah,
2 kills, man.
And that was a really big kill there that he got there. I believe he only got 1 before that, so he's making that specialist worth it for sure.
Parasite with the Annihilator. We saw him do something similar in game 1. Doesn't opt to use it immediately, waiting for the right time, and something like the Annihilator, very, very good when the enemy has the drone kind of running towards you.
Yep.
Very, very useful, but at the same time, you don't want to see him waste it.
Right, and an Annihilator, a specialist like that, if you hit your shots, you can either make a push or, like you said, defend a push, and that can be game-changing. So I think that's what Parasite's waiting is, just for that perfect time to use it.
JCap going to fall, leaves TP, last man up for Team EnVyUs in an aggressive position. Has the War Machine, he's going to challenge. Was able to pick up Parasite before eventually falling, but that drone pushing all the way down that right-hand side. It is going to be this man, Miracles, with the drone. And he's actually decided to wrap all the way back. Probably just going to throw that one out. Does so, and just going to play for the reset.
Yeah, I think compLexity just wanted to reset that because they want to make this push from this left side. They didn't really like going from that side, so they decided to reset that.
Ricky now, drone in hand. He's trying to make a play, will fall. The Annihilator does come out from Parasite. Has to hit the shot, but, well, some shaky shots indeed.
And again, if he hits that, Miracles picked up Slasher, and that goal would have been wide open. So that, again, if he hits that shot, that is something that could have changed the game.
Oh, is Nameless going to get there? He does, just. And he's going to earn the Sparrow. Probably not going to see him use that at the end of this first side. Most likely going to want to try and save that. It's been a pretty rough first half, though, for him at 6-12. He needs to make sure that Envy don't get those extra points. There is a player pushing. Aches in support of the drone carrier. I believe it's going to be JCap, who tries to go for the throw and connects with it. 3-2, going to be the score.
So I believe JCap wanted to pass that to Aches, but Aches jumped up and the pass went through the goal. So what could have been a 2-point play ended up in being a 1. But I would have really liked to see JCap, instead of going through that middle alley, pushing with Aches through that kitchen area, which could have been a very easy dunk.
Well, they are able to at least get that lead, and there you see exactly what you were talking about, Aches saying, pass me the drone. But unfortunately, the 1-point play went through. So EnVyUs, fragile lead. compLexity of course, now going into the second side. Going to keep my eye on Nameless. Reason behind that, 450 points away from the Lightning Strike and has his Sparrow available. Pretty surprised to see him playing aggressively in towards the drone. EMPs were thrown out towards him.
Yeah, I just think, we didn't have score streaks last year, so obviously that's not something they remember thinking about all the time, being aware of that. So maybe Nameless just doesn't realize how close he is.
I mean, 350 points could be game-changing in Uplink. Getting that Lightning Strike, and especially if he can earn the Hellstorm as well. And unfortunately, he will fall. Parasite at 17-11 now on your screens. Nice shots with his crisp M8. 2 kills back-to-back, 1 on Slasher, 1 on TP. And now thinking about potentially pushing up. Trying to get a little bit of control, but needs to be careful because his teammates directly behind him, involved in big gunfights. Both are going to fall. Parasite now needs to track back, does so, wins the gunfight.
Yeah, and you saw Aches out there with the HVK 30, obviously an automatic assault rifle that you don't see too often. And I'm actually really surprised all of these assault rifle players choosing the M8 over the XR2, which,
I'm pretty surprised by that as well.
The XR2 is definitely something favored, the past week over the M8.
Nameless getting a little unlucky. He actually fell back into the water there, wasn't able to pick up the gunfight originally when he wanted to. Now heading back, will fall still. Sparrow available to use, but not seeing him use it. Parasite now the last remaining player alive for compLexity. Envy do have the drone, and they're going for a bit of a push. It's going to be TP with it. Doesn't have that overdrive. Of course, that was banned out during the ban and protect phase, and gonna have to throw that one out.
Yeah, and he does have. Oh, Ace did pick up that kill, so maybe if he held on to that, they would make that push. But again, they reset that, and JCap's able to make that push right. And this is what I was talking about. On this side that EnVyUs is pushing towards, you can spawn compLexity really far out of their base, and this should be an easy dunk for them.
Yeah, nice 2-point play coming in from JCap. Extends the lead now 5-2 with 3 minutes remaining. Must needed win for Team EnVyUs, so 1-0 down in the series. As JCap just being a bit of a nuisance now. Picks up Parasite from behind, throws out his tactical EMP assist, comes in, and really JCap doing a phenomenal job of just locking down this left-hand side. Now waiting for his teammate with the drone to push through. TP's going to try and pick up a gunfight. Not able to do so. The drone is down. TP needs to win the second one. Not going to be able to do so. Ake still in a pretty aggressive position, but I don't think he's going to be able to pick up the kill on the satellite drone carrier.
Yeah, so obviously JCap having a really rough game 1, but this is what you expect from him, just to be consistent, get in their face with that SMG and even play some of the objective.
Look at this route from Parasite. Getting a little cute with it.
Yeah, and this is really what I wanted to see. If compLexity's able to get a few kills, he's probably going to hit that wall run and go straight to that point.
Parasite needs to kind of play some time here. Everyone from EnVyUs is expecting the wall run to come in. You see the position himself.
Oh, if he would have just threw it in, it would have been an easy 1-point play.
Aches with a big, big win. The drone has been reset. Aches kind of clutching up when his team really needed him there.
Yeah, and that's the route that I was talking about. As you can see, EnVyUs spawned in that back part of their base, and that wall run was wide open for Parasite.
Ricky with the drone, going to throw that one up for yards. JCap, more than happy to just pick that one up and say, oh, thank you very much. You're just going to give me possession of that. I'll keep that one to myself. Minute 27 left for compLexity to try and find 3 points to potentially push this one to an overtime.
And EnVy is still playing very aggressive, even with a 3-point lead with, a minute left. Obviously they just picked up a dunk, but, potentially they could have just hold on to that ball and obviously that now Slasher able to pick up a lightning strike, maybe even more.
Yeah, that's pretty much GG at that point. You've got a 5-point lead, a minute left. Slasher with a lightning strike. It's going to be very, very difficult for compLexity to put 2-point plays up when defensively speaking, Slasher can just drop that lightning strike. May not necessarily even kill them. It could just waste time because you're going to hear that the lightning strike is coming in. You're going to stay inside, and that's something which really is going to be in Team EnVyUs' favor. The drone fight continues. Has Nameless actually used a Sparrow? Oh, he did use a Sparrow. We actually missed it. I'm sorry.
Katniss Everdeen.
Maybe Katniss Everdeen.
Yeah. And EnVyUs just controlling this drone area as you would expect them to with a minute left. And still going for more points. JCap wants as many points as possible.
Yep. Just keep adding them on. 9-2 now. The score. EMP is being used pretty heavily, but that's going to tie up the series at 1 map apiece. It means we're going to get to a Search and Destroy Game 3 now. I'm going to quote the great Merc.
Yeah.
You said if it goes to a Search and Destroy, you expect it to be compLexity series.
I just think compLexity have put in more time with Search and Destroy. Obviously, You never know. EnVyUs is a very talented roster that, maybe they have been putting time in just off stream and whatnot. So it'll be a great Game 3.
Now this is where the ban and protect system is going to be a little interesting, because we've seen, for the most part, pretty similar bans and protects kind of come through. Everything that we expected in the uplink was what we really saw in the hard point. A couple of changes. Search and Destroy, though, I feel it not being respawn, it kind of allows you to maybe ban out some more unique things.
Yeah, I still think that Overdrive is going to be a target, because picking up that Overdrive throughout Search and Destroy, you can catch the enemy team off guard. And obviously, they're not notified about when you pick up a specialist ability.
Are there any other special... See, for me, I think Search and Destroy could be more about the specialist bans.
Potentially Cloak. It's something we haven't seen touch yet, but it doesn't last very long, but that 1 or 2 seconds might be all you need.
War Machine. A lot of people will remember Fizz-Ups, round 11 and 1v2 clutch.